China and India are building renewable energy at a breathtaking pace. But there's a problem hiding behind those solar panels and wind turbines. A growing amount of clean electricity is being generated but cannot actually be used. This problem is known as renewable energy curtailment. It happens when solar and wind power plant is capable of producing electricity but the grid cannot absorb or transport that power. And China is a striking example. China has added enormous amounts of solar and wind capacity, particularly in its western and northern regions. But much of the country's electricity demand is concentrated in east and south, where some of the biggest cities and industrial centers are located. That creates a huge geographical mismatch. And China is not alone. India is facing a similar challenge. India is rapidly adding solar and wind capacity as it pushes towards its ambitious clean energy targets. But the country's transmission infrastructure is struggling to keep pace with its expansion in some regions. So, even when solar panels are producing power, the grid may not always be able to absorb all of it. And this creates a strange situation. You can have a country that is short of reliable electricity in some places while renewable power is being curtailed somewhere else. The problem becomes even more complicated because electricity grids have to be balanced in real time. Solar energy rises during the day and disappears after sunset. Wind generation can change depending on weather conditions, and conventional power plants cannot always be switched on and off enough to compensate, and batteries can become particularly important here. If solar plant produces more electricity than the grid needs at noon, instead of switching the plant off, that excess power can be stored. Then, when the sun goes down and electricity demand becomes high, the stored power can be released. And if countries don't solve the bottleneck, they could end up in a paradox. More renewable energy on paper, but more clean energy being left unused in the real world. The future of clean energy, therefore, may depend just as much on power grids and batteries as it does on solar panels and wind turbines.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.